Peace, 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 family. How you doing? Hope everybody's having a wonderful day so far. My name is Keisha. I'm the owner of A Way of Life. I am a career and business coach using astrology. Now, I haven't done an Ask an Astrologer episode for a while. But just to remind everybody kind of what it is an opportunity for you to ask me questions by sending an email to info@awayoflife.net. And I will come on here and do a live and answer your question. Typically, if I don't have any questions, sometimes I just have specific topics that I would like to talk about from an astrological point of view, mostly business and career, because that's what I do. Because I think they're important, and I'm checking and making sure what's hot and what's not. So I have a list of side hustles that are hot according to, the world, IT jobs that are hot, because obviously that's where we're moving to, and work from home jobs that are hot. And I even took down some job fields that are hot topics at this time. I thought it would be a good time to look into this now that we're at the end of the year and things appear to be going back to normal, although it will never be the normal. It's the new normal. And so I had been listening to this. What the heck? I seen it somewhere. I can't really remember. I'm not gonna tell any lies, but I was listening to something where they was talking about this company called better.com. I think it's like a mortgage company or a real estate company or something like that. And they just fired 900 people. This guy, the CEO, got everyone on a Zoom call and let them all go. He said they weren't working productively. Their productivity levels was low, and they were stealing. And I think when he said stealing, he was specifically relating to stealing money by way of, like, they would work 2 hours for a day and be punched in for a whole 8 hours. And let me just play the video before I go any further so you could kind of see.
If you're on this call, you are part of the unlucky group being laid off. Your employment here is terminated effective immediately. It's been a really, really challenging decision to make. This is the second time in my career I'm doing this, and I do not want to do this. The last time I did it, I cried. This time I hope to be stronger. But we are laying off about 15% of the company.
You gotta be kidding me.
The market has changed, as you know, and we have to move with it in order to survive. You're going to get an email from HR, askhr@better.com, and your benefits. For all U.S. employees, we're providing 4 weeks.
This is not real. Oh my God, I can't believe this.
1 month of full benefits and 2 months of COBRA, for which we will pay the premium. Thank you for each and every one of your individual contributions to Better. I wish the news was different. I wish.
So I hope that you guys could hear that and see that video. I've never recorded a video on here like that before, so hopefully you could see that. But obviously my heart goes out to all those people and anyone who might be going through this at this time. But don't forget that I have the Life Path Astrology Workshop on Teachable. You don't have to leave your house. If you can take that class in about an hour, and you'll have information on what kind of positions and things that you could be moving towards to help you pick better positions, better jobs for what is going to make you happy at this time, or always and forever. You could get a life path reading and that will still give you just as much information. Not to mention, whenever I do a reading, you have 30 days, so you can listen to it a few different times, and then I allow for people to call and do a follow-up call to get even more information. And throughout that entire 30 days, I am at your beck and call. And I will do everything in my power to help you build what your life path should be, so that you're picking jobs and positions that are ultimately going to make you happy, especially with these types of things going on in the world right now. This is very crucial. And I think you'll get way more benefits out of this class than repeating the same repetitive things that we've been doing to get jobs, because clearly, times are changing. As well as I have other services and things that I do. You should be able to see those as we go through here. I'll flip through the photos so that you can see all the different services that I do one good time. And, just leave me an email with any questions that you might have. Please hit the like, share, and subscribe button and the little notification bell so that you are notified every time I go live, if you appreciate the information that I am putting out here all the time. But yeah, I've been talking about this for a while now. Big business is losing capital, right? That pandemic really put a lot of people in some really difficult positions, It's also just a natural part of business. Without capital, you'll have to make tough decisions like that. If you're not meeting your allotted number every quarter. I did my research, and Better did lose some money this quarter, and really probably had to let some of those people go, like on some real shit. Like, it would have benefited them to let a few people go so that, they can get their numbers right. Here's the part that's like the Scrooge McDuck story. Y'all already know I'm a huge fan of Boyce Watkins, and I was literally watching and listening to him as he spoke about this, and I found it very interesting. They just got money from some other company that gives out money, not a loan, not, what you call that when you get money from the government. There's a name for it, but not that. Some company ran by some Chinese dude who just goes around giving out money to businesses. And that's the part about this that really made this story kind of fucked up, But the truth of the matter is they had cash, but we think that businesses die because they aren't profitable, but that's not true. They die because they don't have liquidity, which is cash. This is more important than profitability. Part of the reason is because they weren't able to make a profit because cash infusion, probably put them in the position where they were aggressively chasing growth. When you get cash, you're using it to aggressively expand your market. It's greed. And that's kind of what capitalism is. If we got to be the best. We got to be first. We got to have both, And this is a problem with our education, with our family values, and the culture of this country in general. If you're going to school, these are the types of things that they believe as a culture. So this is what we learn. This is why we are not excelling and exceeding in life, And the reason that is because you have other players and parts to a business, like the employees. Oh, what about those people? You know, they're like real humans and have lives and families, you know, and then you have the budget, and then you have, you know, the expenses. And I mean, I'm making it up as I go, but you could imagine there's many different parts to having a business, right? It's not just about the owner, which is what America is all about. And that's what's wrong with this country, you know, and that's not how you run a family, which is essentially what a business is, which is what they've kind of come in and taken over and reframed and changed. You know, before, when we were in big business and we had, you know, the stock, the Black Wall Street and all that, you know, those were family businesses. Those were ran strictly by family values, you know. And again, you guys know I talk about this stuff all the time. If you've been listening to me for a long period of time, it's just not how you run a business, and it's not about how you run a family. And I'll give you an example. So you know, I had I did a live a while back. I think it was actually on my birthday, if I'm not mistaken. If you watch that video, my sister's boyfriend was asking some questions about the business, as I wanted them to. You know, that's why we were there. And the questions he were asking, I'm not saying that they weren't valid, but they weren't the right questions, right? Those are the questions that you learn typically from the education system that's given by us, right? And in the wrong context at that. You know, the questions that you should be asking when you're doing business with anybody are going back to figuring out what all the parts are, who's doing what, what's your role, and things of that nature, so that you know where you fit in best. You know, how can you give back to the company? So that you can know whether or not you can capitalize on your skills and knowledge that you provide, and vice versa. You understand? It should also be that way for me. I should be asking people who I want to be in business with the same thing. Reciprocal business, you know, and those things should be predicated on these specific questions. So he was asking questions in relation to, oh God, I wish I can go back. So if I sell this many things, how much money am I going to get? Just listen to that example. You don't even have to know if I'm saying it right. The two things that come up to me right away is it's all about self and about the money. That is not what business is about. It's not. It's pointless. So, you know, I did a lot of work in the prison system, and I worked specifically with men and women who sold drugs. And a lot of the things that we taught them in there, first and foremost, was to change their product, right? We didn't want to, we were not advocating to sell drugs. And the second thing was, you know, how are you now going to make, you know, brand that product and plan for all the essential things that you don't or can't really plan for when you're selling drugs. What's wrong with selling drugs, Keish, aside from the fact of the product? Well, drugs might get you a lot of money really fast, but if you are not preparing for putting that money in like a savings, and then investing, and then, you know, putting that money in places where it's going to come back to you tenfold over time, growth over time. Or if you don't have a budget for how much you need to re-up, right? These types of things here, these are a lot of the things that I feel like that our clients didn't prepare for. They didn't save money and have money for when they got locked up. If something happened to them, what do you call that? Like a backup fund or something to that effect. And as much as it pained me, I'm not really the type of person who will be in a situation to put somebody's business out there or try to make them look bad in any particular situation. It's not where my heart is. I didn't have the gumption to tell him he's asking the wrong questions there. But ultimately what it did for me was let me know that I was building with the wrong people anyways. They didn't know anything about business. And it wouldn't have made any sense for me to continue on with this process, whether I asked the questions or not, and reframe them to help him really understand you're asking the wrong questions. It wouldn't have changed their mind, because if you don't know something already, if you come to the table and wanting to do something and you don't already know, that's a very immature state of mind. That is the public education system at work. And so unfortunately I didn't. I ended up not moving forward working with my family because I learned a lesson there. I thought I was going in there happily being in a position to be able to work with my family in a way that was very near and dear to my heart. But actually what I ended up learning is that these people don't know anything about money and what it means to build a business. The types of things that it takes to build a business. And so this is my last thing, and I promise I'll get off here. I won't keep you any longer. If you're going to talk about economic power, don't talk about it because you want some materialistic possessions. Talk about the ownership of land, freedom from white supremacy, building systems that allow you to build healthy, wealthy children for years to come, along with some strong community presence. If you are not building a business for any of those reasons that I just mentioned, and you are only building a business because you're treating it like it's a job, it's a 9 to 5, and you need to pay bills, and you need to pay your rent, and these types of things here, don't do it. I'm telling you right now, it's going to fail. And it's not going to fail, and I'm not saying that to be a negative person. Go get some education. Learn what it takes to build a business. Learn what it takes to have a healthy budget. And don't just learn it. Practice it as if that is your Sunday church operation. You go to church every Sunday. You look at that budget every Sunday. You go to church every Sunday. You look at your money, how your money's growing on a consistent basis. If you go to church every Sunday, you look at this like you're checking in on your family because you care. You know what I mean? If you go to church every Sunday, you check on this like you give back and donate for a purpose that is near and dear to your heart. If you go to church every Sunday, you check on that business the way you check on your child to make sure that they're all right. They're learning what they need to learn. And you're nurturing and building whatever that is within them. If you're doing this for any other reason, you're going to be offended because of that liquidity, because of the cash. I'm telling you right now, you gotta learn about business, family, and not from just anybody. Find somebody who looks like you, who understands your struggle, which is why I always refer Dr. Boyce Watkins, but obviously he's not the only business person in this world. Find somebody who matches those values that I mentioned, and they're a teacher and they've been in business for a while, and you can see the success through whatever it is that you know, in any way that you plan on working with them. Then you build your business. Once you get that, you understand that, build your business, because otherwise it's going to be really, really hard. All right, so I'm done. I'm going to shut up now. Thank you for your time. I'm going to get into these job fields. Let's see. We got the job fields that came up that were the most popular were a business owner, of course, real estate broker, sales consultants, air control trafficker. I thought that was interesting. Plumbers, information technology manager, dental hygienist, transportation, storage and distribution management, senior web developer, risk management, director of security, computer network architect, owner, operator, truck driver, commercial pilot, and maintenance director. All right, those were just the fields. Now, the work from home things that I found were most popular were tutors, teaching online, micro task on, and you can find that on ClickWorker, right? I hope I'm saying that right. Amazon Mechanical Turks, okay? If you need, again, I'll post this in the bottom so that you can see and find all this information. So micro task, okay, micro task on ClickWorker. ClickWorker is the website. All right. I feel like this is those automation people who answer calls and things for Amazon. Okay, mock jury online verdict. Mock jury online. Okay, the name of the website where you can find this is Verdict. Okay. Online chat agent. Let's see. Where's that one at? Outplex. You can find that on outplex.com. Website tester. And you can find that on betatesting.com. Mail decoys. Now, this shit was interesting. Excuse my French. But I was like, what? So these people basically just open up mail all day? Yes, this is exactly what they do. And that's on US Monitor, Focus Group, Probe. And this was on marketresearch.com. Social Media Manager. And this is on $99 social. Okay. And then for the IT jobs, it was cybersecurity specialist, computer support specialist, help desk technician, data analyst, computer programmer, web developer, IT manager, development operations engineer, software architect, digital marketing, media manager, graphic design, animation artists. Okay. And then for the side hustles, it's YouTube creator, which is probably going to change at some point. I wouldn't even get too caught up in that. Local tour guide. I laughed heavily at that. Don't judge me, guys. Share opinion on Google. And you get opinion rewards, or it's opinionrewards.com. Voiceovers, and you can find that on voice123.com. Narrate audiobooks, and you can do this on Audible's Audio Book Creative Exchange. And then online questions and answers service with Just Answer or Hello Tech. So that's online questions and answer service. And you can find that on justanswer.com or hellotech.com. And then on demand looks, okay, I don't know what the heck I did there. Sorry. I'm going to leave that one out of this. I'm sorry, I'm still caught up on it because I'm mad. Okay, data entry, and you can find those on flexjobs.com. That one's pretty common. And create an online course with Udemy or Teachable. You guys see, that's what my Life Path Astrology class is on. So that's growing pretty widely. And sell original teacher plans with Teacher Pays Teachers. I'm going to say that one again. Sell original teacher plans at teacherpaysteachers.com. Again, I'm going to put all this in the bottom in the description box so that you guys can have easy access to all this stuff and just look it up. You never know. And as usual, family, I love and appreciate you. I hope you found this information helpful. Peace.